Coffee, everybody, on the Radio Vision Network. But of course, you already knew that, right? Because you had to go to RadioVisionNetwork.com to be here. And I'm excited because I have a young man sitting right to my right who is joining the Radio Vision Network family. He's going to be doing his own sports show right here on the Radio Vision Network. And his name is Stefan Ukransky. Good morning, Stefan.
Good morning,
and welcome
Mark.
to Morning Coffee.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. Well, this is exciting because you've been looking to do your own sports show for quite some time now, and now the time has finally come upon us. You're going to start this afternoon, right?
That's correct. We start this afternoon.
What time are we going to go on?
We're going to go on at 12:30.
Perfect. So everybody out there, 12:30 on Fridays is when Stefan is going to be doing his show. And what are you going to be talking about, Stefan?
We're going to talk about the World Series. It's 11 days away. Who do you think is going to go all the way this year?
Well, I think that we have a great championship series coming up on both sides. I think that Cleveland and Toronto are two really good teams coming out of the American League. I think that Cleveland is going to win that one, but Toronto is definitely a good opponent. And then we've got the Cubs and the Dodgers, which I think is great to see Chicago and LA. Well, of course we want the Phillies in there, but if the Phillies can't be in there, the Cubs and the Dodgers, and I'm okay either way, but I think the Cubs are going to end up winning that. We're going to see the Cubs and the Indians in the World Series. But last night, the Dodgers played the Nationals, and we saw a few ex-Phillies contribute to the Dodgers win. Did you catch that game last night?
No, I did not.
No, but you saw what happened.
Yeah.
Carlos Ruiz. Chooch! Remember we used to call him Chooch? He gets a big hit, and he puts the Dodgers ahead, and then the Dodgers went on to win the game, which, was pretty crazy because they were in Washington, and it looked like the Nationals were going to win that game, but the Dodgers took care of business and finally got over the hump, as they say in the division series, and now they're going to be playing for the chance to go to the World Series. It's pretty exciting stuff, don't you think?
Yes, it is. I would love to see the Boston Red Sox go into the World Series so David Ortiz can get his final World Series before he retires.
Unfortunately, it didn't play out that way. The Red Sox, they had a good year to make the playoffs, but once the playoffs rolled around, they did not look like a viable contender. But I'll tell you, what Ortiz did this year was amazing. I mean, you talk about a guy that went on his farewell tour. He had one of the best years of his career, and it's like, well, maybe he shouldn't retire. Maybe he should come back and play some more if he could still play so well, right? But I think he made his final decision that he is just done with baseball. So let's talk. You wear your Eagles shirt today, so let's talk a little bit about football.
I think we should.
Yeah? What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Well, I think you might be laughing because we talked about the Eagles game from last week off camera, right?
Yeah, we did.
And I wanted to know what happened because I thought that the Eagles should have been primed to beat the Lions, but what happened was that the Lions ended up beating the Eagles. So what did you see happen?
I saw Carson Wentz. He was trying to drive down the field with a minute and a half to go in the fourth quarter. He was trying to look for Nelson Aguilar. He threw his first interception in the National Football League, which I did not expect.
No. Did you think that was the right play? Were you okay with him trying to take a shot downfield there?
I was okay trying to take a shot downfield.
You were, but look, it was kind of amazing that he didn't turn the ball over until then, right? Like he went through almost 4 entire games and he didn't throw an interception. So I've gone back and forth. There were some times where I'm like, he shouldn't have tried to force that ball in there. And then there's another side of me that was like, no, the pass was a good pass. Aguilar's got to try to make a better play at the ball, right? And once he realizes he can't catch it, he's got to knock it away from the defender. He can't let the defender catch that ball there. So I'm like trying to decide whose fault it was on how that actually happened. But I think really the play that ended up being the deciding play was the fumble by Ryan Matthews. And what did you think about that? Did you think it was a fumble, or did you think it should have been ruled down?
I think it would have been ruled a fumble.
Okay. Well, it was ruled a fumble.
It was.
Yeah. But there were a lot of people saying, including Coach Peterson on Monday, He said, well, really, you could have called that down by contact because of the way the play kind of unfolded. But they didn't call it that way. They called it a fumble, and we all know that the Lions got the ball and then they kicked the field goal to win the game. So it was a little, a little haywire there at the end. But really what I felt like the biggest problem was the way the defense played in the beginning of the game. If the defense can hold them a little bit in the beginning, because they did start to play better in the middle and the second half, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. What do you think about this weekend in the Redskins?
That's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
Eagles got swept by them last year.
Yeah. Well, we haven't beat them in 3 games. That goes back to 2 years ago. Do you see any way the Eagles coming out on top this weekend?
Yes, I think they need to stop fumbling the ball. No interceptions. I would love to see an interception-free game from Carson Wentz on Sunday.
So you think that keeping the turnovers down is going to be the key to winning this game? If we can protect the ball and not turn it over to the Redskins, we've got a good shot. I would tend to agree with that. And the one thing I like we just talked about, is that Carson Wentz looks like he is a good protector of the ball. Like he threw that interception last week, but he doesn't look like a real risky gunslinger, right? Like he doesn't put the ball in places that gives the defender a good chance to intercept it. I mean, his passing looks amazing. Like the touch that he has on the ball and where he puts it, I really think that that's going to be one of his strongest assets is how he protects the football. So it's going to be fun. Now, I know that you're not a Cowboys fan, but they've been playing pretty good. What do you kind of see happening on the rest of the NFC East here?
It's going to be pretty hard because you got Dallas at 4-1, and if they lose at Green Bay and if Philly wins at Washington, Eagles will be in first place after Week 6.
Okay.
And the New York Giants, they have to lose against these Baltimore Ravens on Sunday at MetLife.
Right. Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. I actually think that the Ravens are going to go in and beat the Giants, because I think the Giants are a little bit in scramble mode, we'll call it, because they out of all the teams in the division, the Giants look like the ones that are the biggest mess right now. I'm not necessarily sure what's going on with their new coach, Ben McAdoo, and that crew up there. But listen, here's what I want to do. I want to take a break. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we'll keep talking. We'll keep talking about some sports. I'm thinking maybe we should get into the Flyers. Flyers start their season tonight.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Sounds good, Mark.
All right. I'm going to take another quick break here on Morning Coffee, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to be right back here on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
Today's show is sponsored by Hargrove Demolition, your demolition experts. Hargrove is a family-owned and operated business right here in the southern New Jersey area, bringing you 45 years of demolition expertise. Hargrove has all your demolition needs, from emergency demolition service to demolition equipment rental. Hargrove is one of the state-approved recycling facilities right here in the southern New Jersey area. No job is too big or too small for Hargrove Demolition. Contact them today at one of their 3 locations.
When it's time for Jersey Mike's to give a sub some sizzle, this is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Extra Innings is the nation's premier indoor baseball and softball training center, featuring indoor batting cages, 7 multi-use tunnels, and training rooms. Extra Innings can provide professional instruction, private and group lessons, and the best year-round clinics. Along with a nationally recognized pro shop that features the latest and widest selection of equipment and apparel, our experienced staff can provide you with the right instruction and help you find the best equipment for your ability and budget. Extra Innings, where the game never ends.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee here on the Radio Vision Network. I am Mark Cook. Look, it says it right there. I always point that way. That's the wrong way. It's this way. There it is. Morning Coffee with Mark Cook. And I'm talking to Stefan Ukransky. And he's going to be doing a new show here on Radio Vision Network every Friday at 12:30. And today is going to be the debut episode, so you're going to make sure that you're there, that you're here, actually, that you're watching Stefan. He's going to be talking about the World Series and a whole bunch of stuff in the world of sports. You don't want to miss it. But, Stefan, before we left, we were talking a little bit about football. We were talking a little bit about the Eagles and the AFC East. There was a game last night. It saw the Chargers against the Broncos. Now, I was not looking forward to this game. I have no interest in that. What is that, an AFC West matchup? It's very uninteresting to me. But I flipped it on, and it looked like a couple of clown teams running around. What were those uniforms all about? Did you see that last night?
Yes.
What was that?
Those uniforms are ugly.
They were ugly. Why is it that every Thursday night it seems like they make them wear the ugliest uniforms they could find? Is that what they're doing? Are they doing that on purpose, or?
I don't know.
What's up with that?
Those uniforms, get rid of them.
Yeah. I don't understand why they don't just wear the regular ones.
Yeah, wear your regular uniforms. Don't wear those throwbacks.
Yeah, well, you know why they do that, so they can sell more, right? So that, like, if you're a fan of one of those teams, that now you have to go buy another jersey with your favorite player on it, right? It's all, that's why they do it, Stefan. It's there's no other reason but that. But, you know, I watched a little bit of the game last night. I don't understand why are they putting, like, such uninteresting games on Thursday night?
I don't.
It feels like that happens every week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, I look at it this way. I don't want the Eagles to play on Thursday night. I don't want the Thursday night game, but, right? So, like, it almost doesn't make sense, right? I want a good game, but I don't want the Eagles to play on Thursday night because I like them on Sunday at 1 o'clock. I'm a very traditional guy, right? 1 o'clock Sunday, that's my favorite time. I don't like night games. The afternoon, the 4 o'clock game is okay, I guess. It's better than the night game, but 1 o'clock, that's me. I like to be in my spot at 1 o'clock watching my Eagles. Well, Eagles.
Yeah, you're going to be watching the Eagles at 1 o'clock. But remember, games can be switched from one to another time.
Right. Well, that happens normally later in the year when they have the schedule, like the flex. They call it the flex scheduling, so that they can move the games around, like what they think are interesting, or they have like playoff implications or something like that. So another thing that's happening in the world of sports is that the Flyers, our favorite NHL hockey team, right? We're big Flyers fans. They start their season tonight, and they're all the way out in LA. They play the Kings. Any thoughts on the Flyers this year?
Well, the Philadelphia Flyers, they can go into Los Angeles and start their season off with a win. Yeah,
they can. The Kings are already 0-1. They lost their first game the other night. It was either last night or the night before. The hockey schedule is very strange. They had a few games on Wednesday night. They had 9 games last night. And tonight there's only 3 games. The Flyers haven't played a game yet, but they play tonight at 10:30. I don't like the Flyers starting the season on the West Coast. I don't think that that's fair to Flyers fans who are so loyal. They have to wait until 10:30, 2 days after the season starts, to see the Flyers play. But I think that it's going to be a fun year. They signed, the two young guys, Provorov and Konecny. How do you say? You know how to say his name? Travis Konecny. Yeah, that's not how you say it, but these young guys, they're kind of like the future Flyers, so that should at least be fun to watch. Don't you think?
Yes, they should be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think the Flyers should have started off on the East Coast to start the season, then start on the West Coast later. They will play the Anaheim Ducks on New Year's Day.
Yeah. Oh, they do play on New Year's Day this year?
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay, cool. And they play the Ducks, huh? Is that one of those outdoor games, or is it a regular game?
It's a regular game.
Oh, okay.
The outdoor NHL Winter Classic will start after New Year's Day, which will be January 2nd.
Oh, it's not on the 1st? It's on the 2nd? Do you know who's playing this year? No, I don't know either. That's why. Don't feel bad. I don't know either.
It's too early to tell.
Well, I think that they know who's going to play. I mean, it is too early to care. I think that's more like it. It's too early to care. but I do think they know who's playing. I want to say Chicago, maybe. Is that Chicago or Boston? I don't know. I don't know who it is this year. I'll be honest with you. And then last night on the basketball side of things, the Sixers had a preseason game, and this Joel Embiid, he looks like he's going to be pretty good. He looks healthy. Did you see any of the highlights of that game? No? Missed it? I know, it's only preseason, right? It's
only practice to get ready for the season, which starts on October 25th.
Okay.
And hopefully the Sixers, hopefully they'll play better, hopefully more than 10 wins.
Yeah, well, let's hope so. You know, it was really disappointing to see that Ben Simmons is going to be out for a little while now with that broken foot. He was our #1 draft pick. He hurt himself in practice a couple weeks ago. That was a little disappointing, but, you know, I think they've got a young team that if they can kind of grow up together and mesh together and all of that stuff, they could be a pretty decent team. Now, we can't expect them to win, you know, a ton of games this year, but maybe next year or the year after, they might be in a good spot to start winning some games. So listen, I wish you the best of luck on your show.
Thank you.
I think that you're going to be great, and I just want you to make sure that you know that we're excited to have you here at the Radio Vision Network. I know you've been working here behind the scenes for a little bit of time now, but now I got you on camera. Everybody knows who you are, and they're going to look forward to seeing your show every Friday afternoon at 12:30. And it's going to be called Let's Talk Sports with Stefan Ukransky. And you're just going to be bringing everybody great sports stuff every week. And we look forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it, Mark. Thanks
Great.
for having me.
You're quite welcome. Make sure you check him out, folks. His name is Stefan Ukransky, and you can see him every Friday right here on the Radio Vision Network at 12:30. And you're not going to miss. That was easy for me to say, right? You're not going to want to miss it because Stefan is the man, and he's going to bring you all sorts of great sports stuff each and every week. So, I got to take another quick break here on Morning Coffee, but don't go anywhere because we're going to be right back here on the Radio Vision Network. Stick around.
Sub some sizzle. This is the way. The way it's always been. The way it always should be. The way it always will be. Because that's just the way it's supposed to be. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Simply Gents, located in Marlton, New Jersey, takes care of all your grooming needs, including haircuts, straight razor shaves, massages, facial, manicures, pedicures, and waxing. To find more information or book an appointment, visit us online at www.simplygents.com. The secret weapon of a well-groomed man, Simply Gents.
If you haven't been to Speed Raceway, what are you waiting for? You want to live fast? You want to make every second count? Then grab the family. Round up the guys. Speed Raceway is 100,000 square feet of excitement, whether you're a kid or a kid at heart. Speed Raceway is the place for endless fun all summer long. Log on to speedraceway.com or just get here now.